y'all. So this is actually the second time I'm recording this because the first one was way too rambly and I was very unfocused, which, I kind of want to get into the field of things. But like I said, I'm doing a kind of a test run to see how the video thing would work. I actually really enjoyed doing the first one, but I figured it's still too long and I was kind of like unsure of the direction I wanted to take it from the beginning. So it was a little bit like not awkward, but there was a lot of pauses and shit because I was just like, what do I say next? Also, yes, I will be cursing. Not excessively, but if that bothers you, I'm sorry. But with that all out of the way, we're doing the Cloister line now. So this is the test one because this is just the mana happened to be on when I've been talking about this idea with my friends for a little while now, and I was like, let me just do it finally because I actually was doing an assignment the other day, and I was like, wait, it's really easy to record stuff. I can just use Zoom and then upload it to YouTube and private it. I don't know why, but I thought it would be way harder than that. But this is actually really fucking easy. So yeah, Cloister line. So I feel like the original way I used to write the change guides is I would start off by saying either I would address the super obvious glaring changes, like for example, Dodrio in the ground. I'd be like, oh, let me address the elephant in the room first. But with shit like this, I would probably just start off by saying, uh, you know, like this mon was bad, now it's good. But I feel like that's really redundant because literally every mon is good. So what's the point of me even stating that at this point? I'll still maybe say like, oh, this thing was terrible before, but Cloister wasn't bad or anything. Maybe in game he was kind of shitty because like the SPDF and HP and the lack of move pool or in the game and no good like I guess he did have skilling Icicle Spear naturally because it was a hidden ability, but point is Mom was not great and I've made a lot of changes. So the most obvious change I feel like is the steel type for Cloister. A couple of you guys might be thinking that's weird. I Yeah, it fits really well. So back in Gen 1, they literally just threw the ice typing on a bunch of water types because they added the ice typing like back in I think the last point of development. I'm sure most of you guys know that, but if you guys didn't know that, that's why like a bunch of random shit that should not even be ice type is ice type, like Cloister and Lapras. With Lapras, they at least like I believe they mention at least maybe they retcon it later, but they say later he like swims in cold water later on, like in the later entries. I can't see it here, but something about like resistant to the cold or something. Yeah, crossing ice CCs, cold resistant. But that was a retcon. Like they had no ice inspiration before that. They just threw it on there. Same goes for Cloister, only with Cloister, my man doesn't even have anything that talks about cold water, nothing at all. And the actual like clam or whatever the hell that he's based on isn't even like known for living in cold water specifically. I think it's like on the coast of Japan, some type of a thing. But Cloister's main design, I think he's a turret or a bunker, like a military weapon. Like he's clearly some type of defensive weapon, um, with the shell shape and the pokey bits coming off of that shit. So that is his main inspiration, and that's why I feel the steel type fits way more. And also, all of these entries talk about like how impossible it is to open and how it's bomb resistant and it's spiky and cannot be shattered. Diamond hard shell, hardened like steel type doesn't have to be made of metal. Maybe he has metal alloys in the shell. I don't know, but I think he looks pretty metal anyways. I mean, he has the little gray parts there. And an interesting little fun fact, he uses the old Cloister coloration. That literally just looks like a steel type. Like even now he looks like a water steel type or like a water poison even. Because like I guess these clams can be poisonous or whatever, and he has like spikes and shit. But dude, this is just a steel type. I'm sorry. Like my man is steel. It's just a fact. One, the steel. Not only did they slap ice on random water types back then, but they also like didn't even have the steel type. So like shit like Magneton and stuff that was very obviously made of metal wasn't even steel type. So I'm sure if Cloister was introduced in Gen 2, they would have made him steel type. I'm like 80% sure they would have made him steel type. Source, trust me, bro. So that's the steel type explained. I hope that it carves it up, cleans it up for anybody. Otherwise, another glaring thing that might confuse some people is technician. So where's my skill link, bro? Where's my skill link Icicle Spirit? Well, it's gone. Because technician is just better. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, with skill link you get consistent 125 base power, stab, spike cannon, and then 3 coverage moves. That's all you get, man. That's all you get. You get 4 moves with your ability. That is so underwhelming and so boring in my opinion. Skill link is a little more fun on stuff like Ambipom, and also I feel like it's really signature at Ambipom, so I wouldn't remove it from him just because it's like his signature thing with Tails Hop and stuff. So I'll probably give him tech and skill link maybe. But side tangent aside, Skill Link is just not as good as Technician now because of all of these moves that they have that are Technician boosted. And another fun fact is half of the bonds that have Skill Link have Technician. So it's not even like Technician is weird logically for Cloister. Like, dude, Cinchino has Technician, Ambipom has Technician, and there's only two other mons, right? Two Cannon Line, Mega Heracross. Sorry, three mons. So two of the five mons that have Skill Link have Technician as well. And I Mega Heracross like would be fine with Technician as well. It's just that Megas only have one ability. So yeah, that's the fact of the matter. All right. I'm sorry if you really love Skill Link Cloister to get 125 base power cannon. It's cool. Yeah. Another downside of it is I would have to make Icicle Spear and Rock Blast and all that shit. I would have to make those moves like level 60 at the very least. And that would be pushing it, like 60 or 65 probably for those moves. Which means that you don't even get to abuse the ability until the last fucking island of the game. Like, that's not even fun. Who cares? Meanwhile, Technician has so much usage. It's not even funny. Like, he has Aqua Jet that becomes 68 base power priority. He has non-stab Ice Shard. He has Rapid Spin, which gives him +2 speed, and is 75 base power with Technician. He has dual stab, clamp, and vice grip, which is also why I nerfed Sheldon's attack a tiny bit. Also because like it's a fucking shell. I know he has like spikes and shit, but 60 attack is fine. Also, as for the speed boost, I believe it says that Shelder is faster than it's expected. Yeah, it's surprisingly fast, so that's why I made him a little bit faster. Also because Cloister has a weirdly high speed stat, but that doesn't actually make as little sense as you might think it does because it says here they jet out water and whatever. That they actually like they swim fast, like they can jet quickly because of it. And that's why he has Aqua Jet. Although I've been giving fucking priority moves to every mon anyways, so about any most physical water types will get Aqua Jet anyways, but it especially fits Cloister. So that's that. That's why Shoulder has a less attack as well. He has fucking Clamp, which becomes so basically the beautiful thing about Clamp and Vice Grip is both of them are 60 base power. Hold on, let me literally just trapping moves. Here they are. Wait, no, sorry. Where are they? Here they are. Yeah, you got Vice Grip and Clamp, dual stab, 90 base power with Technician, and you get consistent 6 turns. You lock them into battle, which actually isn't really that relevant for you, but when like the AI uses it on you, it traps you in, which is actually a big deal. Especially if like they trap in a mon that can't touch Cloister with his giant fucking 180 defense. As for his other stats, HP is more based on size now. I've been making HP more relevant on size. He's a 5-foot shell that's 300 pounds. I think 70 HP is totally fine. It's not great. It's a good HP stat with investment, considering how giant his defense is. His SPDEF is not great still, but it's not garbage like it used to be because I don't see a reason why it should be, especially with the steel typing now. He keeps the 70 speed, which is really good with all of these speed boosting stuff. He has Rock Polish, which gives him accuracy. He has agility earlier. They have Rapid Spin, which literally just gives you +2 speed and attacks. So it also bypasses Taunt, which is great. And another really cool thing you can do is a Technician Felstinger plus Rapid Spin. So you can Rapid Spin and then Felstinger to kill. And Felstinger will give you +3 attack. And the interesting thing with Felstinger is it's 40 base power, but it always crits. So that becomes 60. And then with Technician, that becomes 90. So it's a 90 base power move that if you kill them with it, you get +3 fucking attacks, and you get Rapid Spin +2 speed, you can just sweep the entire team at that point. Then you just need icicles, then you need Spike Cannon, and then whatever else, water move, whatever you want, whatever coverage move you need for that battle, you can just sweep them if you plan out your moves right and use the moves at the right time and everything. It's a little easier said than done because he does have kind of poor, like middling SPDEF and HP, but again, I can't make him that overpowered. He's already really fucking good, with like Shell Smash, which is level 70 now because come on, look at these stats with Shell Smash plus Dual Stab plus another Technician thing he has is these 2 moves, Triple Candidate, Surgic Strikes. Those become, let me do the math again, hold on, I don't remember off the top of my head. It's 25 times 1.5 for each hit because they crit, right? So it's a crit move. It hits 3 times, but you have to factor in Technician. And again, this always stacks. That's how Pokemon multiplication works, so it stacks. So now we have 56.25 power. Times that by 3 because it's 3 hits. You have 170 base power, essentially, almost. 3-hit moves. So the great thing about multi-hit moves as well is they bypass sturdy, which Shelter also has early on, by the way. Bypasses sturdy, bypasses super effective berries. For example, if they have like a Pasho berry and you use, Yachi berry, use Icicle Sphere, you bypass it. Multi-scale, energy shield, both are abilities that work like multi-scale. Freaking focus sashes, like you just bypass all of those things, which is great. The only downside to triple candidate and surgeon strikes is they have 90% accuracy, so it can miss a little bit. But you can always just throw a wide lens on, or use Smart Strike first, which gives you +1 accuracy and a stab. Or you can use Dig or Dive to get the accuracy boost, or you can use Rock Polish to give the accuracy boost and also speed, which is way earlier than Shell Smash, obviously. You got Swords Dancer set up too. You can use Swords Dance plus like Swords Dance, Rapid Spin, Sweep type shit. It's really fun, really fun mon. Like you just have so many cool options. Other Technician stuff is again you have all these multi-hit moves for coverage. Stab Spike Cannon is the strongest one, especially, and then you have these two later on. Fell Sting is great. You have Dual Stab, Clamp, and Vice Grip. You have Barb Barrage, which is 90 base power and will always poison, which is really useful. Baneful Bunker, because they have these spiky little, there's a bunker and he's spiky and he looks like he could be a little poisonous. So, you know, the great thing with like Clamp and shit is you could like Baneful Bunker on the first turn, get them poisoned, and then Clamp, and then Baneful Bunker again. And so basically you're taking off 1/12 HP or 1/8, I think. Hold on, don't quote me on that. 1/8 is 12%, I believe. Yeah. 1/8% of their health every fucking turn just for losing the move for 6 turns guaranteed. So you protect. Now you have an enemy power move which is strong. Protect, poison damage. You're chipping away at them. It's like super stally. So you can run Cloister in a lot of ways. You can run speed boosting Cloister. You can run offensive Cloister. You can run defensive Cloister. He has Aqua Ring for reliable recovery now. I'm sure most of you guys noticed by now, but if you don't, for some reason still, I have like a coverage move, a healing move for every mon because you can't heal in battle. So every almost, I think there's like 5. Like I literally went down the list and like made sure that there's at least one reliable recovery move that fits the vast majority of Pokemon now. So that's what I did, and that's why he has reliable recovery, which is great. Shelter is really useful as well, despite not having a steel typing. He has good bulk for early game. He has Aqua Jet and 60 attack with Technician. He has all this great stuff. He has utility moves. He's really useful. That's why they evolved with 33, because Cloister is really strong. They have Parting Shot for utility, Toxic Spikes, all this utility stuff. They have good coverage besides the Technician stuff. They have, First Impression, that's another Technician option. You can use that. First Impression is 60 base power, but it always crits, so it becomes 90. It bypasses stat boosts. And then if you add Technician on top of the 90, it becomes 135, which is super fucking strong. That's stronger than Mega Horn technically, but 5 power stronger than Mega Horn, and it doesn't miss. But obviously the downside is you can only use it on the first turn. So you have all these really just cool options, man. You have Drove Run for coverage, Zen Headbutt, Held Thrust, Gunk Shot, all this really cool shit. Super strong mons. As for their other ability, Shelter has Sturdy early game, which is just a useful ability. You'll probably be using Technician more often, but you have infinite ability capsules, so you can literally just toggle it on and off. Oh shit, this totem has this move. I can just, I should probably throw Haze on there, shouldn't I? Yeah, I think I'm gonna throw Haze. Another thing I was considering throwing on here and their moveset was Flail and Reversal at like level 31 instead of Vice Grip. And I'll put Vice Grip somewhere else because then Shelter for at least 2 levels can use funny little 200 base power Reversal as a meme if you really wanted to. You always have Endure though, which is actually more reliable, but not more reliable, but it's any mon can do it, which is why it's good. But point being, I'm going to be throwing on the sturdy moves as well. What's the other one I wanted to do? I'll figure it out after I stop the recording. I literally just forgot as I was saying it out loud. But Sturdy's great. Sturdy's useful. Technician is great. Technician's useful. Swap between them as you need, as you see fit. Oh, it was Haze, I remember, to phase out like Totem. So for example, you're fighting Totem Lurantis, and you want to use Sturdy Haze to remove their stat boost. There you go. You know, it's really useful. So that's that. And then when they evolve, they get Bulletproof. And dude, Bulletproof is not only like the most fitting goddamn ability for Cloister in the history of ever, because look at him and like all of the dex entries, like he's literally a bunker. I have a feeling that if we gave him the hidden ability in Gen 6, he would have gotten Bulletproof. I have a hard feeling. Although I believe it was actually, sorry, no, what they do is they make it a signature ability and then the next generation they give it to more mons. So maybe in Gen 7 they would have given him Bulletproof. I don't know. Maybe if they made a Mega Cloister, he would have Bulletproof, for example. That's for sure. I would guarantee you he would have Bulletproof. It's super great, man. Bulletproof. Like he already has middling SpDef, but with AV and stuff, he can obviously be much more bulky. But with Bulletproof, dude, like you're complete. When I say completely immune, I mean, dude, even if you resist the attack, being completely immune to an attack, even if it's resisted, is so useful to just swap them on in for free, or to wall something. I'm sure a lot of people who like play competitive Pokemon know that. Like even if you have a water type with Water Absorb, it's useful. Although I've been shying away from that because there's always better abilities that are in game because it's a different meta. But point is, it's useful even if the move is resisted. Like for example, couple of most of the moves that you hit are actually like all the common moves are super effective or neutral. But like okay, bug bombing or bug bomber, that's a move which replace Pollen Puff. Scum shot is immune to. Sludge bomb they're immune to. Acid spray they're immune to already. But other than that, you have like Electro Ball, which boosts your speed, so Mons will be running that. Zap Cannon, which is the Psycho Boost electric type move, which so it gives you minus 2 special attack. You're completely immune to that, dude. You take 0 damage from it, unless they have like Mold Breaker or Terravolt or whatever. Fucking Mud Bomb, which is common coverage now for a lot of water types and other stuff. There's 110 base power ground move. Aura Sphere, which is a fucking TM. Literally every like special attacker, psychic, ghosty, energy type mon has Aura Sphere and Focus Blast. It's energy ball, like it's just completely. You can see the list of moves here. A lot of them are replaced, but even like Rock Blast and Rock Wrecker, like even though you have great physical defense, like you're still completely immune. So the best part of this is you can just use the ability capsule and swap it on and off. So like, oh shit, this trainer has an Aura Sphere Pokemon and I need to use my Cloister. Let me just switch off Technician. Otherwise, just use Technician and get the power boost, man. Like, you can always pick and choose when you're using it, but Bulletproof is absolutely invaluable. Super fucking great. Otherwise, you have like Withdraw for setup. I already said Swords Dance, a lot of other shit. Metal Burst for some more utility. And then there was one more thing I wanted to cover. Oh, Heavy Slam and Gyro Ball are also Technician boosted technically because the way they work is Gyro Ball gives you -2 speed now to use it, so you're going to be doing a shitload of damage the next time you use it. Cloister himself doesn't have that bad speed, so your first Gyro Ball won't do that much damage, but the beauty of it is, I forget how the formula works exactly. I can literally just show you guys. Hold on. It works as if I know the range is like super big. It's like Electro Ball kind of. So like if you're getting a weaker Gyro Ball, you're going to be getting a 1.5 boost if it's below 60 base power. So most of the time you're going to be doing good damage with Gyro Ball. And then the next hit, you're going to be doing even better damage because you're getting a -2 speed. So then you don't need the Technician boost anymore at that point. So Gyro Ball is fucking great with Technician. And so is, there's one more thing with Technician, Heavy Slam. Heavy Slam's great as well because this is the last thing I want to cover. There it is. Yeah, so if they weigh more than 50% more than you, you get 60 base power with Technician. If you weigh this much more, you get 90 base power. Then you get 80, 100, 120. So if you average all those together, I believe it's let me do the math. 60 plus 80 plus 100 plus 120 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Average power of 90, so it's actually just strong as Vice Grip, but potentially stronger. I don't really know why you use it over Vice Grip, actually, but it's there. It's a cool option. I guess if, like, you're fighting a really weak, I guess level 33, they'll be pre-evolved on still, so you can, like, Heavy Slam a weak little thing, because the Cloister's kind of heavy, 200, 300 pounds, so. Yeah, I think that's about it. I hope this one isn't as long as the first one. It's probably just as long, but even if it's, I wanted to say, guys, if this is too long, I don't really care. And that's not me saying like I don't care, oh, don't watch it, but I don't care that it's too long because it's more fun for me to give my process this way. Like this isn't a burden for me versus when I have to write them out. Like I have to confine it all to 600 words, and it's like so limiting. And I always hated doing them. Like I would just be like, ugh, I have to do the change. That like breaks my whole process. Versus this, I can just talk and talk and talk and explain my whole fucking ideas, and it's really fun. I could talk, I could go on much longer, like for example why he has special moves even though he has 30 and 40 special attack. Oh, I didn't even cover that. Yeah, he's not mixed anymore because base stat total basically, and also because the other water steals are mixed. Blastoise is a special attacker with good attack, and then Empoleon is a physical attacker with usable special attack. So I figured there's no reason for Cloister to fucking be mixed, especially because like looking at his design, he doesn't really make much sense to be mixed in my opinion. Yeah, I guess he could shoot water and shit, but he's a physical mon, man. He's a giant fucking shield punker guy shoots cannons and spikes and shit. He's physical. So that's the main reason he's not mixed anymore. It's because of the base stat total. Otherwise, I would have to like make it 550 and then like make his spit F worse and his HP worse, which is not fun. So this is best. These are all those great moves you have. Great Technician, great new abilities, great typing. I mean, Water Steel is such a good defensive typing. You have Aqua Ring for healing. Like, great bulk. It's just a super fun mon. Really, really fun mon to cover. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna try to make them a little bit shorter as I go on, but this is kind of a test run. So for reference, the other ones won't be nearly as long as this. They'll be like maybe half the length Or if they are as long, then it's whatever, man. Put it on 1.5 speed, skim through. I'll probably put little timestamp things in the bottom. Also, this is optional, man. Like people, I feel like most people don't even read them in the first place, you know? And I'm not, there's nothing wrong with that. People don't want to read, man. I get it. I'm actually in that boat myself. So yeah, I don't have anything against people who don't want to do it. So now it's optional. So for the people who are really interested in my process and shit, yeah, listen to the video. It's really cool. If you don't care, you just taking all the changes at face value and you're not going to really question any of them, then that's great too. If you are intuitive enough to understand how it works in battle without me having to explain it to you, that's great too. If you still know all those things but you still want to listen, then I mean I appreciate it. But point is, these are not required. These are optional for people who want it. And I think it's much easier on myself, even if the videos technically take longer than writing, which they actually don't. It's still more enjoyable. So I'd rather record an hour of videos than write for half an hour. You know, that's me personally. So I hope that you guys like this. Oh, I actually changed the font size. Hold on. I hope that you guys enjoy this, but let me know. Won't be nearly as long. Also, this one specifically, like 1/4 of the one-time run time is taken up by me explaining like the general premise of the idea of doing videos. So like not only will I just be learning to be quicker with my coverage, but also this one especially is going to be long. So this one's long, but don't let that like dissuade you from thinking that they're all going to be 40 minutes of me talking, because I promise you that's not the case. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I have a feeling that unless everybody absolutely detests it and hates it, I'm gonna go back and do it all, because it's just a lot more easy for me and it's fun. So yeah, guys, that's about it. Thanks, y'all.